and welcome to a new video. And today we are going to talk about a new feature that we have, and it's all about default branding and setting your white label site as default branding in your workspace. So let's go. So our feature is to be found inside of the workspace area. And as you know, we have these organizations now. Your white label site applies to all of the workspaces in your organization, and the members need to be administrators and have white label rights to be able to see and manage your white label site. So as you see in here, I have my demo white label site. And if I go to billing, I will see all of the workspaces that are inside of my organization, my Teresa's organization, which is the demo one that I use. And if I go to workspace, you will see a new area in there that is the default branding. And default branding was to be found inside of the reports, inside of members, and inside of rules and the rule engine. In those 4 areas in platform, you could find this default branding. And before, if you remember, when you create a report, you need to select the default branding. Every time you create a report, you have this email branding in here, and you need to select your white label site in there. In this case, if Teresa's white label site was the one, then you can save it and always change it. But if you see or you saw, when you are creating one, the default Datacake branding is the first one that's selected. And it can happen, of course, that you create a rule that you have a white label site and that you forget to select your white label branding. So for that, we created a solution, and that is inside of the workspace. Again, in there, you now have a default branding, and this one is allowing you to select a default branding that will be the first one that is selected inside of the workspace. So for now, this is a workspace configuration, meaning that all reports, all rules, and members that you invite inside of a workspace will have this default branding specifically. If you only have one white label site, you will need to, of course, select the default branding on your workspaces, in each of your workspaces. And when you create a new workspace, I'm going to show you, now you also have the default branding in there. So you can select your white label site directly when creating the workspace. You select the organization. So your workspace already is in the organization and uses your white label default branding. And that will save you a couple clicks when you invite members, for example. Instead of having to select your white label site, you will have your own branding already there as a default. This is the feature. Basically, that is it. That makes it way easier to invite members, to create reports, and to create rules when you're using a white label site, so that you have the white label site as default branding. You don't need to click again in there. You don't have to change from the Datacake white label to branding and so on to yours. It will be there selected already, pre-selected already. So it's making it way easier for you. And of course, you will be less prone to mistakes, errors that humans make, of course, natural mistakes that we do when we are working. And yeah, this is the new feature, and I hope this was informative. I hope you like this feature and you use it. And stay tuned for more. See you.